Have you ever seen news about juvenile crimes, like teenagers killing their teachers or people around them? This is very cruel and scary, but it's true. And unfortunately, the rate of juvenile crime has risen significantly nowadays. And in 2016, juvenile crime has accounted for 16.77% in criminal offenses. And we often say that crime represents the dark side of humanity. But let's think of it. Is there absolute light or dark in human nature? Given the complexity of human experience, the answer seems to be no. And when speaking of the juveniles who are in the process of developing into adults, the line between light and dark is still more difficult to discern. The worldview of juvenile is malleable, easily influenced by opinions of others or the limited life experience. Also, juveniles tend to react on impulse, which makes them more susceptible to the actions that break the law. Needless to say, adults can be impulsive as well, but the socialization they receive from childhood to adulthood serve as a deterrent in breaking the law, and this training for teenagers is still in progress and not yet complete. Given this confluence of factors that affecting the decisions of juveniles' minds, one may ask, under what circumstances these teenagers choose to commit crimes? Well, in most cases, they seem to be responding to the great social pressure. But there is a fact that the juvenile is, in many cases, unable to properly explain or defend himself when the demand or accusations are made upon him. And under this great pressure, juveniles are tend to commit more serious crimes, including murder. Indeed, the person's personality can change drastically under great social duress. And so this is the reason for why we so often call the two sides of humanity, dark and light. There are a variety of experiments focusing on these changes, including the famous Stanford prison experiment conducted by the well-known psychologist Philip Zimbardo. He found a group of students and in the prison setting and divide the students into two groups. The half of the students play the role of guards, and the other half students play the role of the inmates. However, as the experiment progressed, the students' guards grew more and more sadistic in actions and showed a complete change in personalities. And unfortunately, in the end, the researchers had to end the experiment due to the abuse and cruelty of the student guards. And from the experiment, we can know that a person's personality can change completely under the great social pressure. And we can also see the importance of education and also the training in anchoring our personality. So, in my opinion, proper parenting and sufficient schooling can play an important role in self actualization and harmonious social life. And thank you. That's the end of my speech.